Serie A is finally coming to an end. Match day 38 next weekend, the weekend of the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of May. Lots to play for. Of course, once again, the Scudetto will be determined on the last day between Napoli and Inter. Right now, Napoli at 79, Inter at 78. The fourth spot of the Champions League between Juventus, Lazio and Roma. Juve at 67, Roma at 66, Lazio at 65. And of course, the last two relegation spots between Venezia, Empoli, Lecce and Parma. Parma with 33, Lecce 31, Empoli 31, Venezia 29, and Monza has been eliminated since the first day of this Serie A season. They were never in it. Just like Milan has been eliminated out of everything, finishing probably ninth, and for the first time in 9 years, not qualifying for any European competition. Shoot me now. How my heart aches, you have no idea. So, let's talk about Napoli and Inter. Like I said, Napoli 79 points, plays on Friday against Cagliari. Inter 78 points, plays Friday against Como at the exact same time as Napoli. So both teams won't know the results till the end of the match. Guys, if Inter doesn't win a trophy this season, it's a failed season for Inter. Let's be honest. Inter has the best starting 11 and have a very, very, very good bench full of depth, full of quality. Most teams envy Inter's bench, and most players from Inter's bench could probably start in most Serie A teams. Let's be very honest. Fratesi, Taremi, whether it be Pavard or Bisek. Guys, Inter has two full squads, and if they don't manage to win anything, because they lost the final of the Supercoppa, they were eliminated from the Coppa Italia, if they don't win the Scudetto, and if they lose the Champions League, coming out with 0 trophies, which we sort of maybe wish for the Cugini Nerazzurri, but we'll not talk about it because this year has been horrible for Milan. That being said, in all honesty, if they don't win anything, I think most Nerazzurri fan will feel that it's been a failed season. On the other hand, Conte doing what Conte does. I've said it so many times, I can't stand him. I don't want him as a coach at Milan, although he would probably make us win. And I admit this openly. He would probably make us win because of his character, his mentality, the way he coaches, the way he takes the blame for his team. But his teams always play to win. That's a mentality that he has. That's a mentality that we would need. And he did it this year again with Napoli. However, I've said it so many times, I can't stand that he goes there for a year. Most of his projects go there for a year or two. He abandons them and then leaves. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's like a crybaby. I can't stand it. But as a coach, phenomenal. And he did with Napoli what everybody expected him to do with Napoli. And if Napoli is in this title race, it's not because of the players they have. Yes, they have a very good roster, but let's be honest, even after losing Baracelli, a lot of people said, I don't think they're going to make it all the way to the end. They replaced him with Okafor. Instead, he's there, he's battling, he's on top, and everything is in their own hands. So if they win against Cagliari, it's done. They're the champions, fourth Scudetto. If they tie or lose and Inter wins, then Inter would win their 21st Scudetto, and Napoli would have lost it by themselves, right? So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. And then on May 25th, on the Sunday, all the teams play at the same time between Juve, Roma, and Lazio. Juventus plays against Venezia. Roma plays against Torino, and Lazio against Lecce. The two hardest games, Juventus and Lazio. Why? Because Venezia and Lecce are battling for the relegation. So they don't want to be sent down to Serie B. They'll be fighting tooth and nails to stay up in Serie A. Guys, Roma play against Torino. Torino, nothing to play for. So on paper, maybe an easier game. Yes, of course, Torino is a better team than Venezia and Lecce. But since they have nothing to play for, maybe they decide to not really show up for this last game. Venezia needs a big win, and Lecce needs a big win against two big teams. But just like for Napoli, Juventus has their destiny in their own hands, right? So if they win, they're through. If they tie or lose, and Roma and Lazio win, guys, it's going to be Roma or Lazio. So we'll see what happens. Roma, a fantastic second half of the season. Don't forget, these kids, these guys, these players were almost down to the relegation spots in December. They have been simply on fire since Ranieri got there. And so we'll see what happens, but it's going to be very, very interesting. Bologna, of course, already secured a European spot, a Europa League spot by winning the Coppa Italia. And like I said, Parma 33 plays against Atalanta, not an easy game. Lecce plays against Lazio. Empoli 31, just like Lecce, plays Verona. Here might be an easier game because Verona has nothing to play for. So if you decide not to show up and it's a victory for Empoli, they save themselves. And Venezia, well, not true, because if Lecce beats Lazio, then Lecce is saved, even though they have the same amount of points. And Venezia, of course, playing Juventus. So it's going to be a very, very interesting Serie A weekend. Lots to see. We'll know on Friday who won the Scudetto, and we'll know on Sunday who gets relegated and who gets to go in the Champions League. But those are the 6 teams. I think Fiorentina has an outside shot if they win and Lazio loses, but it's very, very, very remote. So Napoli, Juve, Inter, Roma, Lazio, Bologna so far are the teams that are making it in the Champions League. And there's Atalanta as well, right? So I said Champions League, but I meant European competitions. Let me know what you think. Around the comments, like and subscribe.